What's up, guys? Getting on the YouTube over here. Talk about the first games of the FIFA World Cup. Hope you guys have been enjoying the World Cup. I've sorry I haven't been on YouTube lately, but we're planning on getting back on. So here it goes. So we're gonna start with Group A, where we have Netherlands, Ecuador, Senegal, and Qatar. Um, I can't say that I'm surprised with what happened. Qatar. I still don't understand that first game where Ecuador got a goal taken away. But I guess it was some sort of offsides. I've never heard of that rule ever, but I don't expect Qatar to go through. I was a little shocked by the Netherlands Senegal game. Senegal being the African champions, I thought that they would get a result against Netherlands, but it just goes to show you how strong the Europe is. And then Ecuador, they got the win against Qatar. I'm not sold that Ecuador is going to get through. But I guess we'll see. I think Netherlands is the top team in this group, and they'll end up going through. And obviously, for second place, it'll be Senegal, Ecuador. Group B: England, Wales, USA, and Iran. I got to give props to England. They had a good game and they won. I expected more from Iran, especially since they had their coach, the Portuguese guy. There used to be ex assistant coach for Manchester United with Ferguson. I was just shocked that they ended up losing that bad 6-2. But you got to give credit to England. They had a good game. But who knows? Maybe Iran is just not a strong team. We'll see in these next two matches they have. And the Wales game, versus USA, as you know, was a tale of two halves. And, I think Wales, they'll be happy that they got a point out of it, but USA, not so much. I mean, they really, should have gotten 3 points out of that game, even though I think that the 1-1 draw was a fair result for the game. USA, they got to get a result tomorrow against England. I mean, if they don't get a result and the Wales beats Iran, it's not looking good. Anyways, who knows? Maybe Iran beats Wales tomorrow. We don't know. Maybe England beats USA, Iran beats Wales, and then we have what do we have? Iran is in second with only USA to play. You don't know, but we'll see. Saudi Arabia, Poland, Mexico, and Argentina. That game, Saudi Arabia versus Argentina, was a fantastic. I heard that Saudi Arabia, they've been training for months. They shut down their domestic league to train, and they're hungry. I mean, what are you going to say? Those guys are hungry. I'm not saying the Argentinian guys are not hungry, but these guys are just more hungry. I mean, they probably don't get paid nearly as much as the Argentinian players when at their clubs, and they've been they have something to prove. I mean, sometimes in these tournaments you get results like this because you got teams that they're hungry and they want to run and they want to shock the world, and that's what Saudi Arabia did. I don't think it was a freak show accident. I think Saudi Arabia is a pretty decent team, and they're going to give Poland and Mexico a tough time. At this point, I mean, I would really say that Saudi Arabia has a good chance to go through. But we'll see. I think I definitely took. I would have to look back at my results, but I think on this group I took Argentina and Mexico. which is still feasible. But Poland Mexico was a draw. Um, you know, not surprising. Nobody wants to lose their first World Cup game. It's very common to have a draw in the first World Cup game because nobody wants to lose it. Um, nobody wants to make mistakes. But now that we're done with the first game, the second game, it'll get more interesting. Teams will have to take risks. They need to get points in order to progress and stay in the competition. And definitely a third game is always unbelievable. So we'll move on to Group D over here. France, Tunisia, Denmark, and Australia. I mean, you got to hand it to France. They, they took a punch from Australia and they came back and they smacked those guys. Even without Benzema and Conte and Pogba and all those guys. So I expect them to continue on and round up the group. In Denmark, I expect them to progress as well. But Tunisia and Australia probably getting out. Group E, we got Spain, Japan, Germany, and Costa Rica. Spain, I thought the game was very interesting. Them playing a CONCACAF team, and especially because Spain and Italy, they play a lot. So I was curious on how Spain would play against a team from the CONCACAF region, and they smoked them. They should top the group. Japan, they beat Germany. This is just a sign of the times with teams like Germany and Italy, not doing good in World Cups, and your reputation is only going to get you so far. These teams, that have not, don't have a World Cup pedigree or have not won the World Cup before or gotten very far. They're hungry. They want to win. And, I feel like sometimes Italy or Germany or some of these, normal powers, they go into these games and they think that people are just going to bow down and lose to them, but it ain't the case. The world is evolving when it comes to football, and that's what you saw. That's another example. Same thing with Saudi Arabia. Same thing with Japan. They don't care. They don't care. The players they got, some of these players they're playing with in the top leagues and the top teams, so they're not scared of them or anything. They want to go there and they want to win for their country and their team and their family and friends. So Germany is playing a really risky game over here. Their next game, I believe, is against Spain. And it is against Spain. And if Germany doesn't get a result against them, they might as well kiss the World Cup goodbye, because if they lose to Spain, I mean, they at least have to draw the game. But if they lose to Spain and, Japan wins, not looking good. Japan would then have to play Japan after that. Japan would have to play Spain, and then Germany, Costa Rica. So Germany definitely has to get at least a draw from the Spain game, which isn't going to be easy. But it's looking good for Japan to move on with Spain. Group F, I was very impressed with this Morocco team. They look very hungry, very fit, fast, and everything. And, they gave Croatia a good game. Too bad it was a draw. But like I said, a lot of times these first games, when you have very competitive teams, it ends as a draw, unless it's unless the opponent is far superior. And, like the Spain game or the England-Iran game. But a lot of times these games end in a draw because nobody wants to lose the first game. Belgium, Canada, from what I saw, Canada, had a lot of energy and possession and the shots, but they couldn't get it done. Doesn't matter how many shots or any of that. It matters the ball going in the net. The ball's round. Anything can happen. So Belgium looking good right now. Plus Belgium, they have Courtois, fantastic goalkeeper. That's what you need sometimes, good team and a great goalkeeper. You saw with Italy in 2022, 2020. They won the whole European Cup, not because of only Donnarumma, but that was a part of it. So we'll see what happens. I still think Canada's alive, so we'll see what happens in the next game. But those would be very interesting: Canada versus Croatia, Canada versus Morocco. Group G, we just got done watching Brazil, and those guys are just relentless in the second half. I was hoping Serbia could get something out of this game, but it wasn't to be. I expect Brazil to progress. Switzerland, they beat Cameroon. I don't think Serbia's out of it. I don't think Cameroon is going to be able to pass this group, but it's going to be Brazil and Switzerland and Serbia. Switzerland or Serbia. Group H, Portugal, South Korea, Uruguay, Ghana. Ghana, they blew it today. They had a chance to tie it up 3-3, but in my opinion, it should not even have gotten to 3-2 because I thought that Ronaldo penalty kick was very soft. I mean, this is the World Cup, and the guy got a little tug, and they fall. Honestly, I'm really starting to get annoyed with the Portuguese team because any little touch they get, they fall. It's absolutely, so annoying, but they got the win. And, I wouldn't count Ghana out. Those guys, I always like to watch them. They're full of energy, full of speed. But they're going to have to play Uruguay and South Korea. I still think at the end of the day, Uruguay is probably going to progress. But we will see. All right. Having said that, those are my reactions to the first games of the World Cup. Tomorrow starts the second games of the group stage, and I'm looking forward to seeing Iran versus Wales. I'm also looking forward to seeing USA versus England. Like I said, I think USA, they need to get something out of that game. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know what happened to England. I mean, when they were in the Nations League, they came in last place. Now, they're scoring, six goals. In the Nations League, they couldn't even score a goal. But, I mean, maybe it's Iran just not being that strong. So we'll see tomorrow. I hope you guys are enjoying the World Cup. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications when I have new videos. I'll be back after the second round of games. All right. Have a good night. We'll see you. Bye.